Miss Pat, here we sit 18 years later. As of the filming of this, you are officially going into retirement, and we can't thank you enough for what you've done with and for Team Wilson these 18 years.
Thank you very much.
We just got a couple questions we want to ask you, just to reminisce on some history and kind of go back to some old days and all.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have a lot of those.
Yes,
We have
a lot of memories.
So you have had a lot of different roles inside of our organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why don't you go back and reminisce, because we probably can't remember them all.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the roles you've had.
When I first started, everything was done manually. It was nothing like it is now. With myself and a young lady named Michelle, we were marketing support. We were everything was done manually on paperwork. They would bring the papers to us every day. We would input all the data. We would actually do the billing. We'd do the collections, everything that we have wonderful teams, divisions, and departments doing now. But it was just me and her. She was key accounts marketing person, and I was the rest of the team. And then I moved into answering the phones. And I stayed there until I moved over to the trainership and got the privilege of working there for 2 years, and as an admin there, and got to work on the other side of marketing and helping the franchises and learning the ins and outs of franchises and how y'all help and continue to help the new franchises owners and to make it everything compliant and stuff. So, and then I came back to SERVPRO here and have been on the phones ever since, and now work the lead intake. So it's a little bit of everything. Oh, I actually worked in collections with Miss Frida for a couple of years.
That's right.
And Cherie Beckman. I worked in collections for several years too. So a little bit of everything, but you have to learn a little bit of everything to be able to understand the whole concept of the program of SERVPRO.
Right.
Man, I actually forgot about the first role. I didn't know you were in marketing support.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot that.
We were all in one little room. There was like myself and 8 or 7 of the marketing team, and they came in every afternoon. And and then we moved them over to the 280 office.
That's right.
For a while, but yeah, that's how we started. I started out.
So, Miss Pat, out of all those roles, I think I know the answer to this question. But out of all those things that you've done, which one did you enjoy the most?
The phones.
Yeah.
That's it's been. I mean, God blessed me with a servant's heart, and I can't think of a better way for me to be able to serve is to answer the phone and help somebody. So that seems to be my thing. Every job I've ever had from my other previous employments has gravitated to the phone. So I guess that's just what God meant me to do. But I've really enjoyed that the most.
So I want to actually take a little trip down memory lane a minute related to this. You'll know the story, okay, when I start talking about it. But we were back in the day when we had the trainership and all the franchises. We had a franchise meeting. I think it was a marketing meeting, and Chris Doris, State Farm agent,
companies were there.
He was there giving a presentation, and he was talking about customer service and answering the phones and things of that nature. And he said, SERVPRO Birmingham has the best receptionist in the country. And he picked up the phone, remember?
He did.
With the microphone in hand, picked it up, put it on speakerphone.
And called me.
And called. And you didn't even know that he was calling.
I didn't. And he didn't tell me to the end.
That's right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I heard all these claps and everything. And then people were coming down the stairs going, great job, great job. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Right.
I had no idea what they were talking about. But
so basically, he just called you and then he hung up.
He did.
Right?
He did. But I was just thankful that I was able to do it right, make Mr. David proud. That's right. I think he probably would have got me if I hadn't.
That was a great memory, though.
It was a good memory.
That's good. Well, obviously, we've had a lot of employees come and go throughout the years. A lot of them are still with us today, of which, again, 18 years for you. Is there a specific employee that kind of stands out in the entire organization that you have good memories of, or?
You know, I can no sooner choose my favorite star in the sky to choose a favorite person at SERVPRO. It's been a blessing. It's been family. The moment I walked in the door, your mom and your dad made me feel so welcome. And your mom used to be the teacher, and she came and taught me QuickBooks.
Oh, wow.
My first couple of weeks here. And I was so scared to death about this job because I didn't have a clue what was going on. And this thing in my hand right here, your mom left this on my desk one day with her handwriting. and it's Isaiah 43:2-3. And it says, "When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and though the rivers, they shall overflow thee. And while thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee." So your mom gave me inspiration to know that no matter how bad my life is going to be, I thought it was going to be, God's always with me. That's the first and foremost thing they always instilled in every one of the employees and everybody, and you and your families, is God's love and guidance. So everybody that I meet every day is my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, sharing family. It's not so much like they don't pretend to be your friends. You hear about their families, their children. You care about each other. And the mentoring is always a really good important part of it, because you know that if you're scared and you don't know how to do the SERVPRO way, you have to be part of the system. You have to understand it and how it goes. And y'all's concept of how things should be makes it work. And helping each other and teaching each other, that's a big part of it. But it's changed a lot.
That's good.
I was thinking about when you were reading that verse. I wonder if she gave it to you for a second purpose, because it mentioned fire and water in there too.
It did. It might have been. You know, God works in wonderful ways sometimes. But yeah, your mom. I miss your mom coming over and interacting with everybody here. I know she's got God's calling at teaching Sunday school classes and stuff like that. But she was a wonderful, wonderful addition to coming into the office and teaching everybody how to do QuickBooks, and her teaching is her thing, so that's what she did. But
I'm gonna ask you a really tough question.
Okay.
Okay. I know this is gonna be tough to answer. Okay. But over the 18 years, what is your most favorite memory at SERVPRO?
Oh gosh, I don't know. You know, little bitty things like your dad coming in every day and going straight to the candy machine and getting peanuts and a Coke and walking the building and checking out everybody, you know, and telling the silly little dad jokes. That's a great day, you know, and it's you can't. I mean, I have a brain full of memories and that I'm going to take with me every day after I leave and cherish. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I can't imagine how quickly 18 years passed.
Yeah.
You know,
Quick.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did. I don't know that I have one specific memory.
So well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, that's okay. You go ahead.
So is there, besides the peanuts and the candy bars and the peanuts and the Diet Cokes and Diet Mountain Dews, is there a specific memory you have of our founder, David Wilson?
Yes. Your dad, a lot of memories, but when we were on the Monroe Drive, my desk was the first desk that you came into. And Mr. David would always bring the new franchise owners or potential franchise owners through the building. One day, Mr. David came in and he goes, "This is Miss Pat. She's the voice of SERVPRO." And I looked at the man and I thought, he's done lost his mind. You know, I thought, what in the world? But he gave me he really didn't realize, he probably realized it because he thought at the big picture kind of thing. But he gave me my purpose, my reason for being part of SERVPRO. That was my thing. I did.
That's awesome.
And a couple of weeks later, Teddy Shuttlesworth comes in, and he has this little nameplate. And I have it on my desk still. It says, "Welcome to SERVPRO, Pat McCormack" on it. And Mr. David had Mr. Teddy have that made for me and put on my desk. And it's been there for 18 years.
That's cool.
And that was one of my favorite things. But you know, your dad not only had vision for the company, for SERVPRO, and all the people, and everybody loved him no matter what. He loved sharing God.
Oh, yeah.
He loved teaching, and he cared about every one of the employees' souls. He didn't really just care about your personal, professional life. He wanted you to be saved. He wanted you to know that joy, and it's a joy that you can't get from just buying in a bottle, or you can't buy it anywhere. God has to give you that joy, and when you've got that joy in your heart, it ain't nothing gonna take that away.
It. Yeah.
That makes you so happy, and that's what your dad always cared about. He was a very caring person. Now, he was very stern.
Sure, yeah.
He had his ways.
We know too well.
Yeah. He had his ways, and he had things that he wanted to do, but he was very caring, and I truly cherish all the memories of him and your mom, and I can remember the day your dad walked in and he said, "Miss Pat, God has led me to build a church. What do you think? And I said, Mr. David, if that's what God wants you to do, I think you better do it.
Better do it, yeah.
And he has built CCW into one of the most wonderful outreaches of that community and neighborhood. You know, he took that vision and just ran with it.
Yeah.
So, and you also have really embraced, and Mr. Brady and his church have embraced teaching and loving of God too. So, it's. I just ramble. I'm sorry, but
That's
I just
okay. That's
can't say enough kind things about him, because they
That's
really
awesome.
do care about him a lot, and he's truly missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, 18 years is a long time.
It is.
Okay. And I want you to talk about, if you can, obviously we have had a lot of change in 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
How, in your mind, how much has SERVPRO Team Wilson changed
Oh my
in that time
gosh.
period?
From paper copies and doing the schedule board on index cards on a wall every afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Forgot to
Mr.
remember
Yancey
that.
and Christy would get up there and move the cards around, and Christy would do the schedule. And then we had you had the brilliance of incorporating a on-time, real-time thing, where we didn't do the 4-inch floppy disk, and we didn't bring the little paper copies every night, and everything's done in real time. You can actually stand there and look at somebody on a job site and really get that communication between the employee, the PTs and the crew chiefs and all that. And now it's amazing. The technology and the way you've used it to utilize your company has been amazing. As somebody who remembers the first fax machine was ever
Oh, wow.
sent out, I mean, seriously, I mean, it has changed a lot.
We thought the world was coming to an end with email.
That's right.
I can remember when Al Gore started the internet. I mean, that thing just took off, you know.
And now we
So-
got Slack.
Now we got Slack, and I'm still trying to learn that. But technology and everything. I mean, the three of you have Mr. David and yourselves, always have been able to look at the big picture, and a lot of us don't see that. But to plan ahead, to know what's going to happen 5 years from now with your goals and everything, that's important. And y'all have got that gift to do that. So, I mean, I really am sad that I'm older now, and that I won't be able to see y'all grow into more franchises and more ways of growing. The company is getting recognition that it deserves, and it's just amazing what's going to be coming down the pike. I can't wait.
Well, you can still come around.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm going to come
We're still
visit.
here.
Yeah, Christy's still here. Christy will be the oldest employee now. She'll be the one that's taken on after the 18 years, because she came like right after me.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's been incredible.
So what do you have potentially planned for retirement? What are you wanting to do? Anything exciting you want to do, accomplish?
You know, I don't know. I'm going to buy myself. This is kind of crazy that I don't already have one, but I'm going to buy myself a big print Bible, and I'm going to sit on my front porch, and I'm going to read that thing from beginning to end. Now, I have to tell you, I'm going to skip through Exodus, because all that forgotten this and forgotten that, I don't think I want to read all that, but I am going to see what God has to enlighten me with the Bible, because I don't.
Hey, he may want you to read that one twice.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
Maybe it becomes your favorite book.
And just spend time with my sister.
Yeah.
You know, family.
Yeah.
It's been important. Not that I haven't enjoyed being here every day, but to have the opportunity to, you know, go out to lunch with my sister, or just sit and enjoy the sunshine. I mean, there's a lot of sunshine out there that I miss every day being inside a building.
Yeah.
And life is so special and precious. You have to embrace it. You really have to embrace it and do. So I have no idea. I'm going to learn how to watercolor paint, and every one of the ladies here, I'll give them coloring books and watercolors and brushes and stuff today. So I've got all kinds of crafts I can learn how to do.
That's good.
But first and foremost, I want to thank you both for allowing me to be part of your lives and watching y'all grow from ambitious young men into wonderful fathers and family members who have taken
Thank
everybody and just helped us grow. And if I can just leave everybody on this team with two things to remember: always choose kindness.
Yeah.
And the one thing that Mr. David Wilson always said when he walked out that door: have a good and godly day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
Well,
thank you.
we would be remiss if we didn't thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you very
18
much.
years. I mean, that's a long time to work at, a single. You don't see that a lot nowadays. We couldn't have done it without you, and we appreciate this journey that you've been along with us, and it means a lot, and we thank you very much.
Well, I thank you both very much.
And with that being said, okay, we got you a little gift.
No,
All
you
right.
don't. No, you don't need
Yep,
to get me no
we do.
gift.
It was
We
too
did.
late. We
Okay.
already got it.
It's hard to come up with something for somebody that's been here, you know, and try to think of like the perfect thing. But what we came up with, this is a necklace, okay?
You guys.
And you
don't
can,
have to
I'm gonna
do
let
that.
you open it, and I'm gonna tell you what it is after you open it.
You do not have to do this. You know, a hug and a card is one of the things that
Well, we
makes
can do
me the
that too.
happiest too.
That's off camera.
Thank y'all so very. The box is beautiful. Oh, how pretty! I have to show everybody this. It's gorgeous.
All right, now what that is, Miss Pat, is if you look in the very center, okay, I don't know how to necessarily explain it, but the entire Bible is written on that little chip.
Oh my gosh, I will treasure this forever.
So you could technically, if you had a microscope that could see it.
I got my Bible here, right?
Now you can read Exodus
Now
with a
to-
microscope.
Now when you wear
Yeah.
it, it'll be with you all the time.
Yes, it will. Thank you so very. This is beyond precious to me. Thank you so very, very much for your thoughtfulness and your kindness on this. I will treasure this forever.
You're welcome.
Thank you very, very much.
I think it's hug time.
Yes, it is. My favorite thing. I love you very
Love you
much.
too. Thank
I
you,
love
Miss
you
Pat.
very
Love you.
much.
Thank you for so many years.
Thank you.